Relationships are at the center of a huge week in soapland, as some implode while others flourish. Sarah and Adam Barlow are on the rocks in Coronation Street as devilish Lydia Chambers enacts her deadly plan. But they're not the only couple on the cobbles whose world is torn apart next week. EastEnders, meanwhile, sees evil Grey Atkins clash with m.u.r.d.e.r. at Ponasar in a heated showdown, but as tempers flare, one of the two is left fighting for their life. The question is, who? Over in Emmerdale, Liv Flaherty and Vinnie Dingle set their wedding in motion, while John Paul McQueen's actions could have devastating consequences in Hollyoaks. It's going to be a week to remember, and here's all the biggest spoilers. Coronation Street. Sarah is confused when she receives a call on Adam's phone from a hotel, informing her they've found a lady's watch from his last visit. Lydia, meanwhile, stirs, claiming to have spent the night with her married ex. Sarah tells Lydia about the watch, and upon searching through Adam's receipts, she finds one from an expensive lingerie shop in London. With the story starting to piece together, Sarah confronts Lydia, who claims she's having an affair with Adam. Adam, stunned, tells Sarah Lydia is lying. But who will Sarah believe? Abby, struggling to contain her emotions, tells Sally that she cheated on Kevin, before pleading with her to keep stum. Sally refuses to make such a promise, prompting Abby to leave her a message. Abby then takes a call from Sally, unaware that her phone has connected to the Bluetooth speaker in the camper van. Kevin, having heard their conversation, reels. Linda suggests to Chesney that it might be better if Joseph came to live with her in Portugal. Chesney, however, disagrees, ordering her out of the house. Linda asks Joseph outright if he'd like to come and live with her. Gemma and Chesney, meanwhile, discuss ways to ensure Joseph's happiness. Joseph listens from the stairs and misconstrues, before announcing that he wants to live with Linda. EastEnders. m.u.r.d.e.r. fails to listen to Whitney's advice to stay away from Gray, as he races over to number 1 when he receives an urgent call from the killer. He's convinced he can get Gray to admit the truth, but the situation soon becomes heated, and one life is left hanging in the balance as a result. But whose? Phil has a go at Kat for flirting with Henry, but the two's attention is soon elsewhere when Tommy is beaten up by bullies. Kat realizes Phil knew Tommy was being bullied, and she rails at him for keeping it from her. But as they have it out, she realizes what she stands to lose and thus pops the question. Kim tells Pearl's school that she's leaving because she can't afford the fees, but she's encouraged to have Pearl apply for a scholarship. Howie suggests that Kim make a video, and as she prepares to do so, he pops around with professional video equipment, leaving Patrick convinced that he's got a crush on her. Liv is delighted when Vinny reveals he knows of a registrar in Daventry who is willing to bend the rules. The guilt soon sets in, however, as the couple wonder if they're going the right thing in keeping their wedding plans a secret. But Vinny is stunned when a spot opens up, and thus wastes little time in asking Liv if she wants to get married tomorrow. Mandy and Chaz hear the end of a conversation between Vinny and Liv, and jump to the wrong conclusions. Chaz reckons Liv is back on the booze, which results in some friction between Liv and Mandy. With drama aplenty, Vinny and Liv settle on a decision, as they pack their overnight bags and leave for Daventry. The Dingles, however, are concerned when they find out that the pair have vanished. Vinny, meanwhile, is torn when he sees the many messages left on his phone. Will he and Liv go through with tying the knot? Jacob doesn't want to be alone, and thus he asks Chloe to spend the night with him. He ultimately comes to regret what happened between them. Kerry, meanwhile, thinks Chloe spent the night with Noah, but Noah has no idea what she's talking about, that is, until Chloe tells him the truth. She apologizes as Noah confronts Jacob, but is this the end of their relationship? Marlon finds out about Pierce's death via the Houghton courier, and he readies himself to tell Rona. But Rona admits she already knew. However, she's uneasy about telling him the truth about Marcus. Marlon surprises her with a romantic dinner, which prompts Rona to come clean, but will she spill the beans about Marcus before he arrives in the village? Hollyoaks. Sally organizes a Keep Fit competition for the students over half-term, and Olivia recruits a reluctant John Paul to do some promotion. As they march around the village, John Paul gets hit on by a stranger. Later, Olivia reaches her 20,000 steps while John Paul slacked off. DeMarcus confides in Leah about what's on his mind. Leah offers to help him, and soon enough, they break into the school. DeMarcus and Leah find alcohol in the caretaker's closet, and decide to have some fun. Afterwards, John Paul uncovers a frightening scene. Saul finds out that he's been demoted to police officer, and Grace is far from pleased when he turns up to her party in his new uniform. Grace admits to Martin that she's worried about being with Saul now he's a police officer, and Saul gets some friendly advice from his replacement, Zoe.